Hello, today I'm going to share with you some tips on how to correct your sitting posture. My name is Roxanne and I'm a physical therapist with PT Health Academy. How you sit at your desk, in your car, on the couch, all can have an impact on the health of your joints, especially those in your neck and your low back. You probably already understand that sitting in that rounded posture with your head forward is really hard on the joints in your neck and in your low back and can be quite painful. So sitting in good alignment with your ears, shoulders, hips in line is important, but it's also important that this be relatively easy. It's well supported. You don't want to have to work hard to hold this position. You may have tried a pillow behind your back to support that curve in your low back and push you forward so that you assume this good alignment, and that can be really helpful. But I'm going to challenge you to consider, before you use this, that you consider the angle of the surface that you're sitting on. Depending on the angle of the seat that you're sitting on, if your hips are higher or lower than your knees, that can really make your sitting posture much more challenging or much easier. Let me show you. Cars often tip backwards so that your hips are lower than your knees. So when I relax, it's super easy for my body to kind of round into this position that we are trying to avoid. Now in the car, sometimes there's an adjustment where you can tip the seat so that the hips are a little bit higher, but it's often not enough. And then I recommend that you try either a pillow or a towel roll underneath your hips to get your hips just a little bit higher, and you'll find that it's much easier to sit up straight when you have the proper support and angle underneath your hips. If you have a wedge available, that can be really effective as well. Even better is buying a desk seat or a car seat that does adjust so you can at least get it flat, and even better is if the bottom or the forward part goes down a little bit. So in this position, it's so much easier for me to sit up tall. Once you are able to get your hips either level or a little higher than your knees, then you can think about putting something in your low back to help support that curve. Here's your goal. When you sit up nice and tall, when you go to relax, do you stay there? If the seat is fitting you well, you shouldn't sink anywhere out of that good alignment. Now, if you sit for 8 hours, you will eventually figure out how to slouch, even if you provide yourself all the appropriate support. But starting with a chair that supports you and helps you to sit upright can go a long way in helping your neck and your low back to stay healthy and be pain-free. Give this a try. Let me know how it works. I hope you found this tip helpful. Thank you so much for listening.